Hey, good day to you. You know what? Come a little bit closer because this is important. Okay, so about 5 years ago, my family and I did something ludicrous, crazy, if you will, or so we were told. We moved out of Milton to Guelph, Ontario. And if you're considering a similar kind of change, you're going to want to check out this week's episode. Hey guys, Varsha Pasel here, and today I want to kind of dive into the reasons that prompted our move, and maybe there's a few things that you aren't thinking of, right? When it comes to relocation, maybe when it comes to Milton and Guelph in general. And this is not going to be a huge comprehensive video of everything to do with the town of Milton and the city of Guelph. However, it will give you a first-hand look at what prompted our family's move and what you can find in the city of Guelph that may align with sort of the stage of life that you're in. And you'll have to excuse me, I talk really fast and I'm making a conscious effort to slow this down. All right, so just to give you some perspective, Milton is about 40 kilometers west of downtown Toronto versus Guelph, which is about 100 kilometers west of downtown Toronto, right? So really when you're on the 401, depending on which exit you take, the 401, oh my gosh, for those of you, if you live in Ontario, you know the 401. You literally have to do a little bit of a prayer. All systems are a go before you get in your car to take on this highway. So what prompted our move out of Milton? If I'm totally honest with you, Milton still holds a big piece of my heart. We had some pretty big milestone moments happen in Milton. We went from a family of 2 to a family of 4, and we knew we needed more space. So just to give you some perspective, because Milton is just that much closer on the 401 corridor to Toronto, it gets more expensive the closer you get to Toronto. I mean, that's pretty much a given for a lot of city centers. So we knew that we wanted more space and we wanted out because we just didn't want the same sort of cookie cutter home, and I don't mean any disrespect when I say that. It's just we wanted something a little bit different, a lot greener, and we were in a position where we could move a little bit further. Having said that, from my office in downtown Milton to my home in Guelph, it is literally just under 30 minutes. So what's that? Maybe a podcast episode, or, belting out your favorite song on repeat 6 times? Depends on the song, I know. Now look, you can come at this so many different ways. However, I can only cover our experience and what you're gonna find living in the city of Guelph. All right, so one of the number one reasons why we moved was we wanted more space. And in terms of our population size, there is much more land area to cover here. And listen, I know we are projected to grow in astronomical ways, and we already have. Guelph has been named one of the fastest growing cities in Ontario over and over again, and there's good reason for it. Or what we found since moving to Guelph is because it's a big city, it's spread out, which means you have various neighborhoods, various hubs, and the flow is a lot better. Another reason why we have grown to love Guelph is, of course, when you think of Guelph, you think of green, you think of conservation areas, you think of trails, and literally every neighborhood you are going to jump into a trail. Not to mention some of our conservation areas surrounding the city of Guelph, and hello, Guelph Lake. There's really cute pockets in downtown Guelph, especially where you can walk along the riverside, and the list goes on. What you're also going to find in Guelph is a thriving downtown scene. Now, with COVID, of course, there have been a lot of restrictions placed on our small businesses, but I want you to know something. If you're looking for a community where there are so many different kinds of restaurants, so many different kinds of niche boutique stores, awesome bookstores, and it's not limited to downtown. There are some beautiful businesses here, and while COVID has been hard on a lot of our small businesses, it has not lost its heart. The heart aspect of our downtown business core is really like none other. Another important aspect of the city of Guelph is the university. The University of Guelph is world-renowned, and it brings a lot of students, including international students, into the city, which makes for a really good economy. Housing, it plays really well for housing if you're an investor. It plays really well for summer jobs and internships for the students. So on the topic of students, what we also have is a really good public transit system, as well as the GO bus, the GO trains, and even via rail, right? A lot of folks, whether they're commuting for work, whether it's students trying to commute in from another city, can access ways. Like Guelph is really accessible through these other public transit channels. So a lot of these reasons are what prompted our move out of Milton. We knew that we had outgrown Milton in the sense that we knew we wanted more space. What we have found are really beautiful, niche pocket communities in these neighborhoods that are very small town community feel, right? Which a lot of people, especially since COVID, a lot of folks have wanted that kind of community support and partnership. It really makes a huge difference when you're coming home after a long day of work, and where you live really does matter, and it plays a huge part in your quality of life and your lifestyle. So on the topic of lifestyle, if you're someone that absolutely loves the outdoors, you love, walking the downtown core, looking at gorgeous boutiques and studios and, lovely little restaurants and cafes, my love language, then Guelph is a city for you. So these are some of the reasons that prompted our move to Guelph. Not to worry, guys, we're going to be going in detail with a lot of what Guelph has to offer, a lot of the neighborhoods. Make sure you subscribe, as I'll be dropping a new video next week. I'll see you in the comments below. Oh, and a huge one. Did you know the Yukon Gold potato was created in Guelph? I mean, if that's not convincing enough, I really don't know what is.